girls and guys. So today we are talking about Reddit ads in 2019. What's changed? What's new? What happened in the past year? What happened in the past month recently? They've been rolling out a ton of updates for this stuff. We're going to talk, I know historically people in their minds, Reddit pay-per-click ads suck. We don't use them. They're horrible. But I got some good news, and I also got some bad news at the end too. But there's been a lot of improvements, and I'm excited to tell you about that today. So I'm Kurt. Welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe if you're into this stuff. We're going to go into detail about, what are Reddit ads and pay-per-click stuff on Reddit. What are the updates that came out in the past year? How has everything changed? How has the Reddit ecosystem itself changed? And then the brand new updates that just came out like last month. And then what is still lacking from Reddit and why it's just not up to speed with like Instagram, Google, Bing, Amazon, stuff like that. Just why do Reddit's ads just not convert at those same rates? But also why that brings in a whole discount. Okay, and if you guys want to find any more of my stuff, that's all in the doobly-doo down there. So just check that out, and we're going to jump right into it. Okay, so Reddit ads. This is the campaign platform.
But what we want to do is jump into reddit.com and check it out. All right, so what we're talking about? We're talking about these. We're not talking about, like my last video was on organic stuff, just creating posts and stuff like that. That is a preferred strategy, but this is the other great strategy of Reddit ads. So what is a promoted post? Monitor and streamline your AD operations, blah, 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 blah. I think it's the ad operations, sorry. Or it's an ad. That's what we're paying for. That's what we're looking into, how they've changed that. So the first thing, if you haven't been on Reddit in a long time, this is what Reddit looks like now. This is the new streamlined version of Reddit. With that, we got it's made to be very compatible with the mobile version. We'll look at that in depth. So we're just looking. I'm not logged into an account or anything here. This is just, here's another Reddit ad. And that's another new thing, video ads. We'll go into that later. Lemonade is this company. And another thing, that's a financial ad. So those had some new restrictions added on as well. There's going to be a lot we're going to go into. But those are what Reddit promoted ads are. If you're not sure about what Reddit is, I'll link back to another video down below. But check out the rest of the series. This is going to be just on overview of all the new updates to Reddit ads. So Reddit, then we got to go into, now this is a new design. As we all know, they've added a bunch of stuff. I just logged into an example account here. Now there's a new thing. We can do campaign objectives. That was added in 2018. So let's say we're trying to do conversions. There's ad groups now. I think there was always ad groups, but you can do target specific communities. I can't believe they didn't add this until 2018. Can you believe that? So what does that mean? That means instead of just having the ads go on anywhere, we can now target just mobile, and even more than that, we can target iOS and Android. Obviously, we're just scratching the surface where other platforms are well beyond this years ago. But Reddit they have a small team, they're progressing, and I'll go into that later on what I think the future is and why you need to keep an eye on Reddit, because it's really going to be taking off quite soon. Things are still, it's looking up for Reddit ads. Beyond that, daily budgets, that was quite a year, right? So if you know anything about Reddit ads, the bid prices have gone all around. So right now, we'll talk about bid pricing when we get there. But that's a thing with Reddit you got to be wary of. Their pricing structure is, they're testing so many new things, and they kind of artificially inflate their pricing structure sometimes. That makes it not always the best deal. It can be the best deal out there for getting ads, but we'll go into that. Beyond all the redesign and stuff like that, we have the new campaign like thing, it's just like on Google Analytics, but like way less data basically. You can visit all the metrics and everything, just like, and videos have been added in the past year, so we'll go into that too. After that, Reddit profiles are the biggest thing. So not only now can we do, so the user profile used to just be for commenting. It didn't really care. People would look at your numbers and stuff, but now they're implementing it to work with their big corporate partners. Let's say one I love, Nintendo America. So probably Nintendo America does a great job. I was looking around trying to find an example company. This is it's almost like a page, right? this is their profile. So this is an account that can go comment and post things and everything. But you can now post directly to your profile. So you can have followers. If I wanted to follow them, I could. Like, look, this was You Nintendo America, posted by You Nintendo America straight to its own post. So this is just for people that are following it. It's like a Twitter feed. You really got to think of it like Instagram or Twitter, but it's on Reddit. And they really kind of pushed this all this year, these new profile follows and all that. And this is just going to expand. I think they see that they need a way to help, make money. They're still quite in the hole, Reddit. They're not profitable. They have a lot of money. They have a lot of investors in them. They're very popular, so the investors are like, we'll give you time, but they're figuring things out. So right now, that's a big thing. If you have a brand, you need to have your corporate page and really understand the lingo and everything. That's a big thing that happened. And you can pay for ads that will push people towards just the posts on your page. So Reddit, Nintendo probably pushed this out there, and then they advertised it through Reddit ads as well. So they didn't just expect their followers to see it. What they could, that was the organic part of having a page and having followers. But they also paid Reddit advertising to, get people to come to this post. And it did very, very well. Let's just say that. Probably cheaper for them than on Facebook, but we'll get into why that's not always the best for smaller and local people. And beyond that, they've introduced the call to action buttons too in the Reddit ads. Where is that? Sorry, it's been a second. But you can add call to action buttons. Like they switch back. You can add like download, install, shop, view more, sign up, learn more, contact us, get show times, get a quote, see menu, apply now, watch now, play now. You can get all those little, and you don't have to have one, but why not, right? So they've finally added that. Once again, like I understand like everyone else is like light years ahead of them, but Reddit is working on the ads. They're getting better is what I'm trying to say. I mean, that doesn't mean we'll come at the end and talk about if you should be using them or not. Keep an eye on the prices you're paying for ads on Reddit. It changes. They seem to be changing, testing things around all the time. It's a big problem with them. But they have added in native video ads, which are great. We saw one earlier, I think. If we're on, this is Nintendo's. It's a video. You can go scroll through. But you can also now archive and delete campaigns. Like, think about that. They didn't add in an option to archive and delete campaigns till 2018. But I hate to tell you, they still have not. They don't have ads restart. Like, so if you restart an ad, you still have to get okayed again. Even though if Reddit approved the same exact ad, you didn't change anything, and you try to restart that ad campaign, it has to get like manually approved again. Like I'm saying, like there's like shorts with Reddit ads still that are like just like, what is going on? Why can't they add that auto confirm to an ad campaign that's already previously been confirmed okay by Reddit? So that while they have added some features, like like if you're in here, you can you can like delete and save some stuff, but yeah, you can now archive and delete your campaigns so they don't just fill up like 1,000 things and you're just like scrolling through there trying to find the one that you actually liked from a while ago. But they still have to wait on the manual approval, which normally only takes like a day, but still, like I'm on Facebook, it takes like 2 minutes. It's all automated. Beyond that, yeah, they updated their interest taggings, which I was showing over here. Like you can get better. But still, once again, so things have gotten better in some aspects, right? So now the interests and the uniqueness and the targeting is like better, right? But not exactly. You still can't show ads to specific subreddits that you want, not any of them. They limit what your choices are and options are. You can't just do any subreddit you want for whatever reason. Like, it's so dumb. There's still quite a few limits that they are artificially limiting just to be annoying. I get that they have some plan or something, but they do not communicate that with the marketing community. They have like a subreddit for this stuff, and they don't really communicate that. Beyond that, the video ads, the formats are MP4, MOV. Max length is 15 minutes. So you can have like a pretty good, like I could probably put this video, if I shortened, made sure it was 15 minutes, I could put this just as a Reddit ad too, So that's pretty good. Recommended aspect ratio, 1.9 to 1. Max file size is only a gig though. So 15 minutes, I don't know, it depends on what quality. I mean, it's less quality than like YouTube, so that's all right. Now, on to the really recent stuff. Now, this is what's just gone on. First off, new conversion pixel and improved attribution types. There's 8 standard events types. You got page visit, view content, search, add to cart, add to wish list, purchase, lead, and sign up. So they've really redone the attribution stuff again, which is really nice. But beyond that, it still could go further. You know what I mean? But you can track the conversion data finally. But on that topic, we heard from Reddit's ex-CEO that just the metrics on Reddit, and any marketer can tell you this who's done pay-per-click on Reddit, are just so far. They're just not. You can't really trust the metrics on Reddit as much as you can on Google. I think is the most trustworthy of all metrics. But even Facebook, things have come out that says their metrics are inflated on if you look at their analytics and all that. But you can at least get an idea with Facebook. You understand what you're paying for. Reddit, sometimes still, those conversions just are not right. They're just straight up not true, not right. They overcharge you sometimes. The only way this makes up for everything is that Reddit ads are just so cheap. A good thing, I make the analogy in like the real world, like you can do a billboard ad and that can like reach like everybody. That's kind of what Reddit ads are good for. Whereas like targeted Instagram ads are more like a mail delivery service that you're targeting people to like physically mail a card to. The billboard in the real world is more like a Reddit ad. It is going to hit a large group of people because it's just not targeted. But because of that, a lot of times you get a huge price reduction versus like Facebook. So if you're doing something generic that like everybody likes, especially males, 30 to 18 or whatever, Reddit's your place. But anyway, they finally put out a lot of new data under the Reddit ad stuff. But the bad news is, not the bad news, it's news. There's a new ad policy. First, ads must be clearly and accurately represent the brand, product, or service that is being promoted. That's great. The ad should not purposely withhold information to persuade users to interact with it, e.g. clickbait. And third, ads should not employ sensational, exaggerated, overly provocative content. That sounds great, right? Of course. Does all sound reasonable? It's not. A lot of marketers have just been getting hit for stuff for like no reason. They're so strict with some of this stuff. It's actually like insane. You got to be very careful. Most brands don't have to worry about it, but like let's just say Reddit, like you could be like doing like targeting adult people. There's like a lot of adult stuff on Reddit, right? You can there are like no automated features like there are, but they don't work that great. Let's just say that these new policies come across very, very strict. And people are having problems with them all over the place. Just beware. For no reason, they could just say one of these 3 things you've gone against, and boom, your ad's gone, your account just blocked. So just like be aware. Look at those 3 policies. Go like look up some things about people getting banned for like normal ads, like totally normal. Maybe they just decided to target the wrong group. Like, let's just say that it's gotten weird. Unless you're a giant company. If you're big money, if you're Nintendo, you could probably do whatever you wanted. Let me just say that it's very not automated and not structured well for the small guy. But you can still get around it. You'll learn how it works and everything. Trust me. You just got to play around with it for a bit. But those policies are very strict. So just make it kind of more a friendly ad, you know? Basically, so now we're getting to the really more bad news. I'm getting kind of good news, more updates, great things about Reddit ads, their pay-per-click structure. Now here's the bad news. Right now it is January 13th, 2019. Basically, customer service is horrible, and that's probably saying too much. I would say it's non-existent for the most part. They're known for overcharging like randomly to people.
like the rates they tell you will sometimes just spike up and like out of proportion with like what you're supposed to be paying. Like they even put in a buffer of like 20%. Your rates could go above of what your daily limit is for whatever reason. I don't get it, but it can go up to like 35% above that. And even though they say it won't do that, it does. Like it's so poor. So those are some of the weird things. And like they had like this massive glitch a few months ago where a bunch of people's rates were like way up, like from like $100 a day to like $900. We're getting charged for it, and they didn't do a mass like fix to like everyone. We're just gonna send everyone's money back. Apologize. Everyone had to singly send a ticket in, get that refund like manually. They didn't just like say, "Oh, we fucked up. We'll give everyone their money back. We'll go look through this." No, they wanted you to still message their horrible, slow response time tickets. So yeah, just be aware with Reddit ads, their money situation, what they say they'll charge you and what they can charge you can vary a lot. It doesn't happen. It's like 1% of the time, but like 1% of the time is a lot. You know what I mean? It's just, it's crazy. And there's no such thing as support with Reddit. I don't want to say there's none. Like, obviously, there's probably some Reddit support guy watching me right now and just, like, crying. I'm sorry, guy. You're doing the Lord's work, but you guys are understaffed. But, yeah. And there doesn't look like they're changing that anytime soon. Basically, what they're doing is they're focusing on their large accounts, like that Nintendo account, their Domino's, their big corporations, because they have so little. And my theory on this, if I want to talk about that, things aren't automated. They don't have processes the way Facebook and Google and Microsoft and Amazon do. They're just not that big of a company. They're very small. And those other companies are real tech companies with tons of AI and algorithm stuff and mathematicians and computer programmers and engineers working on their algorithms and stuff like that. But Reddit just doesn't have that. The good news is, though, those prices, all that stuff's coming down, so they're able to implement more of it easier, better. That's just what happens with tech over time. So the good thing is they're going to get at that level soon. And then another problem is not everyone on Reddit is logged in, and you don't have like connections to the real world a lot of the time. So it's all over the place, right? But as AI comes down with the same computing algorithms, expect Reddit to continue to improve is what I'm saying. Like, I'd say it's still really worth it. If you should definitely check out the new pay-per-click ads in 2019. It's a lot better. Like if you were here a year ago, it's like day and night. Let me just tell you that. It is day and night. And then we talked about the metrics earlier, but just as like Facebook kind of pumps up their metrics a little for you, but you can at least, you kind of know if Facebook metrics are pumped up, Reddit's metrics are all over the fucking place. Let me just tell you that. Look at your results. Don't trust their metrics 100%. Like, get a little idea from it, but really look at the results. Do the math yourself. See how much you're spending. I mean, they'll tell you that right there. You can look at that, but it's going to be all over the place. Basically, things are improving, but at a snail's pace. But as things do improve, you should be ready and be in the game. Because once they, hit, it's like that curve, I don't know. It's it's an exponential growth, right? So it's like zoop. And eventually, I guess for you guys, we should go that way. It'll take off. Reddit marketing will take off. They have a lot of investors that want their money back, that want to make money off their money. Do not expect Reddit pay-per-click to get worse. It's going to get better. It is getting better. I would say right now, if you have a limited budget, stick to Instagram, stick to Google, stick to even Microsoft or Amazon, however you're doing your stuff. But that's about it. That's the state. I will create a video actually going into the more detailed Reddit ad stuff and how to like really create a campaign on there. But for now, I just want to go over where we're at with Reddit ads and all that. So if you learned some new stuff, if you haven't used Reddit ads and all, tell me what you're thinking. Tell me why. Tell me about the value, especially. If you have any like a value proposition, like why you do use Reddit, why you don't use Reddit for marketing, please tell me in the comments below what you're excited for with Reddit pay-per-click. Leave me some comments. And if you liked what you learned today, give me a like, give me a heads up, give me a sub. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back tomorrow with more videos. All right, thank you guys so much. Have a good night or day. I don't know what time it is for you. This is a YouTube video.